What's going on, guys? Pegasus from the Wise Guys. Come in, close the door. Congratulations to Triff. Congratulations to some of our other friends, like Mitch Martin. We're going to try to have his profile come to the page. Shout out to Triff, though. Lovely human being. Wonderful person. He deserved the win. Can't say enough about him. With that being said, we're here for Devon. Let's get into it, big fella.
What's good, boys? It's your boy Devon here with the Wise Guys. I got a Ryzeal profile for you guys. It's pretty explanatory. I mean, everybody has their own kind of things on it, so I'm gonna just get to it and kind of show you what's up. So obviously you got 3 ice. I think it's your main normal summon. Obviously, but you also got 3 sword, which is ridiculous as well, and EXT card is nuts as well. Just all 1-card starters, which is it's pretty dumb. I mean, you got 9 1-card starters right there. Is just absurd. You play the 1 node. You really don't want to see this one. This one can't really get you anywhere. It's just your graveyard reoccurrence. But then you play 2 field spell. You want to see it, but then you don't want to see it. There's only certain scenarios with certain hand combos and all that you want this, but most of the time you're searching it. And you play the 1 plug. I've kind of thought about playing this at 2. This card's pretty nuts, but I mean, it's pretty good just at 1 as well. Then you play the 1 trap. It's a good interruption, but at the same time, it's also really good being able to attach it also to any of obviously your Ryzeal XCs. But that's basically the main of that. Then you play, obviously, 3 bonfire. And everybody's going to play this. I play 2 desires. I don't like desires at 3. It reminds me a lot. Sword Soul really had this problem. This card being at 3, I felt like I drew one of them every time. So I hated this card at 3. I thought 2 was perfect. I do play the 1 prosperity. I think prosperity is just too good not to play. It's a really good card. I wish this card was at 3, so I didn't have to play this, but it is what it is. Then we got your hand traps. 3 of the Fualos. I still think this card's really crazy. I know obviously in a bigger event it's going to be more of a side deck card, but I think at a locals and a regional level this card is still just absolutely insane. And then 3 Ash. Ash is Ash. I play 3 Droll. I think Droll is probably going to come back into the main deck for a lot of people. Droll just stops Ryzeal immediately. It just shuts that deck down. I think that's really explanatory there because they really can't do anything once they get Drolled. But I'm also play 2 Nib. Nib's okay. I feel like it depends on the matchup, but I kind of wanted to see it every now and then against you'll get a rogue deck every once in a while. That combo's crazy. And then I play 2 Ogre. Ogre's insane. I mean, everybody knows Ogre literally hits basically everything now. Tempai, Ryzeal, the Malice, the field spell for that. I mean, it hits it all. I play 2 Veiler. Veiler is just like Imperm. Like I said, 3 Imperm as well. And then I play 3 Crossout. Crossout, everybody knows Crossout's insane. I mean, with being able to play almost 18 hand traps and play Crossout, and I play 1 call by, but just being able to have 18 hand traps and basically cross out any hand trap that you're okay, I need to cross that out. It's ridiculous. The card is just absurd. I think this card, I think it should go to 1, call by, but it's just with call by. I either want call by at 3 or I want it at 0. But that's really all it is for the main. the extra deck, you play 2 duo and then 2 detonator. I think this is the right ratio. Duos, basically, it's gigantic sprite. It searches you 2 Ryzeal cards, and this card is just absurd. That's just insane to be able to do that. It's not an on-summon effect, and it has to be... It's just like gigantic. So it has to detach to get the search. So it has to resolve to detach. And then detonator. Detonator is just a busted card. I think this card's better than this, but obviously this is your searcher. But detonator's insane. It gets you into your plays where you get your... You can... When you play this... So basically, off EXT, you send this, you get this effect, and then if you summon Detonator, Detonator on summon lets you attach any card from grave. So you can just reattach this. And then if you detach it, you detach for cost to hit a card, what's the effect, and then you can use this effect on resolution of that, which is just absurd as well. But those, you play Dugaris, everybody's gonna play this. There's a draw 3 combo with this, which is just absurd as well. Play Dweller. Fire King, you're gonna play a lot of Fire King, I still think. That card's gonna be insane. I play Tornado Dragon. This one, I don't really know if I like Tornado Dragon, but then we don't really have any background removal, so it's kind of like, yeah, I see it. Knight, it's okay. I haven't seen it come up yet for when I've tested, and when I've played, it hasn't really came up, but it's all right. We play the 1 full armor utopic. It's pretty good. It's insane. I think the card's nuts. It helps clear boards. The 1 light dragon. It's so good. I mean, you nib somebody and have to get rid of the token. You have to find a way. This is your way out. You just get rid of it with this, and then you obviously play Babushka. Babushka is just ridiculous. Then you play the 1 aggregator. You already saw that. Aggregator is nuts. I really want to play this card at 2, but then it's like, man, there's so much room. There's not really much room to play. I feel like there's maybe 1 or 2 flex spots, but 1 Typhon, 1 Zeus. These cards are just... Zeus is just insane because the trap is just nuts. When the trap's engraved, it's basically you banish for cost and you exceed summon immediately. And you can basically, if somebody attacks, just slap this bad boy with the effect. And then Typhon, everybody knows Typhon. Typhon's just ridiculous. And then 1 Donner. I have a love-hate relationship with this card. I understand the concept. This helps you get rid of Nib as well. But at the same time, it's like the Nib token. But at the same time, it's like, it's so hard to summon this because you get locked really easy. So you basically have to have 2 bodies, I feel like, on board. Or not use the effects that lock you. But it's a good clear. It helps you clear the board and then lets you basically pop off if you do get to that point. Obviously in a grind game. But I'll do side deck. It's kind of still in works. But I think this is probably pretty decent, I think. Perilia. I think this is probably the best side deck for Ryzeal. Going second because, I mean, if you look at how many times they special from hand, it's up to 4 from hand. So you're getting free 4 draws with this card against the mirror. So it's pretty insane there. And then everybody knows you gotta play Lancia. Lancia's any Malice matchups, you gotta play Lancia. It stops the whole game for them. I mean, that's pretty explanatory. I'm playing Retaliancy still. I still think you're gonna see a lot of Snake Eyes, obviously Snake Eyes Fire King. You're gonna just a lot of those decks that need their grave, and like if you play the Azamina package, this literally stops it. So I think this card's still nuts. I prefer it. Need some back removal, so I got 3 Cosmics. Cosmic. It's pretty insane. Card's nuts. I mean, everybody has a field spell nowadays. And if you really want to get rid of that field spell, that's just this, or obviously with the Azumina stuff, you get rid of the Deception. Getting rid of that will help. I mean, there's the Fire King, the island, hitting that blows up a board. It stops a lot of interruption there. I mean, Tenpai, there's just so many field spells, so many things that you can hit with it. It's like, I feel like it's a mandatory side. And then now I think this is going to be mandatory. Play 3 barrier. I mean, with Ryzeal being the deck everybody thinks is going to be the meta and the tier 1 or tier 0, they say sometimes. This card's just going to be so insane. I mean, Ryzeal literally can't play under this. Like, they can put their bodies down, but they can't summon because they get locked. So, I think this card's insane. I mean, I thought the side was pretty good. But, yeah, I mean, this deck is nuts. The deck's insane. Having 9 1-card starters and being able to search it and having 18 hand traps, I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, guys. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Go subscribe, like the video, and have a good one.